Hi.
So, this is an animation channel. I know that. But it's also a Percy Jackson channel. Deal with it. Yeah, Percy Jackson, this is a Percy Jackson, this new series that I'm doing is a Percy Jackson read-along YouTube series, I guess, with my mom and me, called Reading Percy Jackson with My Cristian Mother, because I have a mother.
That's good news.
And we are Christian.
That's right.
It's gonna be interesting. Anyway, yeah, my name's not actually Rose. That would be weird if my mom named me after a flower.
Not really.
Not
that was
really.
my grandma's name. It's her middle name.
My great-grandmother's name. My middle name. Anyway, my name is Mila. This is my mom.
Misty.
Yes. So, we're going to be reading the entire Percy Jackson series. 2 chapters a week. And we start off with the Lightning Thief, obviously. It'd be weird if we started off with the Titan's Curse, but we get to meet Nico in that one, so not spoiling anything, obviously. But it's awesome. Anyway, yeah, 2 chapters a week, every week. Let's get on with it. Okay. So, as I said, we started off with the first 2 chapters of The Lightning Thief. The first chapter is I accidentally vaporized my pre-algebra teacher. And
you should not be wearing leather. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, for the first sentence, we get the iconic words, "Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood," which I love those. Love those words. Awesome. Because it's just like, wait, what is a half-blood? Why is it so bad?
I think I'm a half-blood.
Same. Anyway, the first chapter, first few pages or paragraphs, we get who Percy is, what his life's like, his crappy life, how many schools he's been to.
A lot.
And the school that he's at now, which is Nancy Academy. And yes, I'm wearing
Yancey Academy.
Yes, I'm wearing Christmas pants. Don't judge me.
It's Yancey Academy. Nancy.
I said Yancey Academy.
You said Nancy.
I said Yancey.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, maybe she did. She's probably right.
I said Yancey Academy. Anyway, yeah, and then we get to meet Percy's best and only friend, Grover Underwood,
who happens to be crippled. He has a muscular disorder, from what they say. But he can run to get lunch.
Enchiladas.
But he's excused for PE for the rest of his life. But he can run to get the enchiladas. All right.
So what do your notes say? Because she took notes, I didn't.
So Percy Jackson, he's 12 years old. He lives in New York City. He goes to a boarding school, Yancey Academy. And then we have Nancy Brat Bobafit. I added the brat. She's a bully. We have Grover, Percy's best friend for life. Also his protector. He's disabled. He has a muscle disorder. We have Mr. Bad Beep Brunner. He is the cool Latin teacher, and I actually spelled cool C-O-L-L. That's not how you spell it.
I spelled
my bad.
It's fine. I spell O-K-O-H-K-A-Y today, but put a space in between O-H and K-A-Y. Put a space in between there. Yeah, okay.
Mr. Brunner is also wheelchair bound. Got a lot of people in wheelchairs.
We got a lot of people with leg disabilities.
And he is a Latin teacher. Miss Dodds, a.k.a. a Karen, or the Karen of all Karens. She's a math teacher in her 50s who should not, and I repeat, not ever, wear leather except on her feet. Or a handbag. And apparently she wears a leather jacket like she's a Harley biker chick every day. Okay? No, ma'am.
So anyway, so after that, we go into the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I learned that from the musical, Lightning Thief musical. If you haven't, go check it out. And Mr. Brunner tells Percy to tell us a story about Kronos, or as I like to call it, pre-Titanomachy, which is the giant war between the gods and the Titans. My mom learned something new a few days ago about that Titanomachy or pre-Titanomachy stuff. What did you learn?
Learned that Kronos is a Titan, not a god. Who knew? Also, I want to know why Mr. Brunner tells Percy this information is his real life. It's important for him to learn this information because it's his real life. So either Percy's dad ate him and Percy's mama had to do what Kronos' wife did to get Percy back out, or
made Percy's dad eat a rock.
Somebody did something.
So
Did Percy eat his dad? Or did his dad eat Percy? I don't know.
So Percy tells a story about pre-Titanomachy, how Kronos ate his kids.
They all go outside.
They all go out.
Sweetie Nancy keeps bothering
Okay,
Grover.
we're getting I thought you were talking about the gods in the story. I was like, wait, they all go outside. What's outside? Anyway, while they're telling the story, they tell a story of pre-Titanomachy. Kronos eats, 5 of his kids, because he's got 6. 5 of his kids. In my opinion, I need to just talk and say, if you have a prophecy that tells you that your kids are going to overthrow you, don't have kids, okay? That's the easiest thing to do before you have to, eat them all, okay? Become a snake and unhinge your jaw.
So anyway, then they all go outside, and sweet little Nancy, oh, she's so precious, little precious angel. She keeps bothering Grover, and then somehow she ends up in the fountain.
Somehow, and everyone's just like, oh, dude, did you see that? Oh my god, did you see that?
If I was there, it would have probably been me who threw her in there. Little precious angel.
You'd be that one kid that just wants to be friends with Percy.
No, I would be the mom.
Oh.
Yeah, I would still be the mom.
What if you were just you're the mom friend?
No. I would just be the mom who threw the brat in the fountain.
You just be a random mom there.
You're welcome.
Yep. That's my mom for you.
You're welcome.
She's ready to beat up a 6th grader.
Anytime.
Let
me know.
She tells me every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Anyway, so then Mrs. Dodds, with her black leather jacket that she should not be wearing, calls Percy back into the museum. And she's like, sweetie, come here, little sweetie. And he just knows he's in trouble.
He's just like, I'm in trouble. I know it. I didn't push her into the fountain, though. I swear.
Then she turns into a shriveled old hag with bat wings and fangs. That's what I wrote down. That's what I saw. Shriveled old hag, bat wings and fangs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Your nightmare. Your teacher turning into a nightmare.
She's a killer.
She's a killer.
She's trying to kill you.
She's trying to kill Percy. And she told her to, just give it up. Give something up.
I don't know. But then Brunner
give something up. Brunner comes
shows up. Thank you, lords.
Yeah.
Shows up and throws Percy a pen. What is he supposed to write an essay? What is he going to write an essay while he's being what is he going to, he can't even write. He's dyslexic, right? So everything's going to be the way I write. No.
Same.
No. We need spell check. We need spell check.
We need Grammarly.
But thank God the pen turns into a
sword.
Yes.
So yeah, the pen turns into the classic pen turning into the sword.
That's not classic for me. That was the first time that's happened.
Classic for me. Anyway, he starts swinging the sword around, and then he hits her, and she turns into a pile of yellow dust and scatters to the wind like she wasn't even there.
Sweet. So obviously, Avi, right? Avi, Percy is in shock.
He's in shock. Yes, he's in shock.
But then Brunner almost killed.
Brunner is gone, though.
Yeah.
He's just gone. Yeah. Percy walks out of the museum, and Brunner's just like, my pen. Thank you.
Yeah, he's like, next time bring your own pen, kid. And Percy's like, wait up. I was almost murdered.
And you saw me almost get murdered.
Who Mrs. Dodds is all of a sudden. Everybody has amnesia.
Yeah.
And nobody remembers Dodds and her leather jacket.
No one remembers. Nancy Overfit says that their new teacher is called Miss Kerr or something like that. I don't remember.
So Percy is like, everyone denies knowing her, and he thinks he's eaten magic mushrooms for lunch.
Percy's a drug dealer.
Which is very possible. So now I'm thinking, should I be letting my kids read this book? I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah,
Maybe he is eating magic mushrooms, okay? Maybe it is
Maybe.
really happening.
But then, but before this, the reason he thinks he's in trouble is because, he has an illegal stash of candy in his dorm room.
What kind of candy?
I think it's M&M's.
Is it mushroom candy?
Mushroom candy.
The kind that makes you hallucinate?
I don't think he's a drug dealer, Mommy. Anyway, but I just want to give credit to Percy for keeping all this illegal stash of candy in his dorm room and not having anyone notice. My dude, if it was me, I'd have probably eaten it all. My dude, you have the self-control not to eat all that candy.
I would probably have a stash of coffee.
She loves coffee. I love chocolate.
Just saying.
Okay, so chapter 2, 3 old ladies knit the sock of death. Fun for the whole family. So we left off with back at school. Percy's in trouble as always.
Continuously. Yes.
Continuously.
Ultimately, he's gonna get kicked out.
We all know this.
Yes.
But because we didn't talk about this in the last chapter, because something about that is because Mr. Brenner is always putting pressure on him to not be as good as the other kids, but to be better than the other kids. What? It's your favorite teacher, and they're putting pressure on you to be better than the other kids, even though you have ADHD and dyslexia.
So Percy feels guilty, right?
Mm-hmm,
He feels guilty that he's getting kicked out.
Yeah.
And that he's not doing as good as he should.
His already kind of bad grades start turning into failing grades, which I kind of know how it feels. I pulled a Percy this school year with almost failing ELA, almost, but I did it. I pulled it all together, and I didn't fail. Good for me.
She's still sitting next to me right now.
Good for me. Anyway, back to the story.
Anyhow, so Percy feels guilty about leaving Brenner, however you say it, and his BFF for life, which is Grover. So he's going to go and talk to Brenner and tell him that he's been studying for this test.
Yeah, he's been
as
studying
hard
for the
as he
Latin
can.
test.
Yeah. And he wants him
but,
to know.
As he's walking down the halls, he hears Grover's voice. He's just I don't really know what's going to happen. Dude, are you sure that this is I'm scared. Are you sure he's going to survive the entire summer?
The summer solstice.
The summer solstice, the deadline's coming up. And then Percy's just what deadline?
Percy's why are they talking about me, bro?
Why are they talking about me?
Why y'all talking about my back? You're supposed to be my BFF? No, BFF? I don't know what BSF is. Maybe I had a mushroom. I don't know. Just kidding. No.
No.
I don't know what
we can put it on YouTube.
No, we can't. Yeah, we can. We can edit it out or whatever. I don't know. It's okay.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what BSF is, but Percy and what's his name are supposed to be BFF. Grover. And Grover is sitting here conspiring with Brenner about Percy, right?
But the weirdest thing is that through the window of Brenner's office, Percy sees this giant figure with animal legs.
I don't remember
and something like a bow.
I do, however, remember Percy dropping the book.
Oh yes,
and that's
dropping the book.
What got their attention. So then they're
"Whoa,
was that somebody? Was that somebody?" So Percy hides, and then Brenner
he hides a janitor's closet, I think.
Brenner and Grover disperse, and then as Percy walks back to the room, Grover's just
lying there.
He's been here all night.
Looking at the book, just lying.
Oh, hey, Percy. Hey, Percy, where you been, bro?
Where you been?
I've been here all night.
And then Percy just wait.
Percy's no, you haven't.
Yeah.
Somebody's lying to somebody.
Somebody's lying to somebody.
Yes.
So anyway, the day of the big exam test, Percy doesn't really do good.
Can I say that Percy's definitely probably doing drugs because he said that words were swimming and that ants were crawling inside of his shirt. And he also said letters were jumping off of pages.
So that's your headcanon, that Percy's just doing drugs?
Just saying.
Your headcanon is that Percy's doing drugs?
Yeah, and what's the deal with the summer solstice? I wrote that down too. I don't know.
Viewers, don't say anything. I see you back there. Kyle, keep your mouth shut.
So then, and what else really upset Percy was that Mr. Brenner says, oh, don't worry about it, Percy. It's okay. You really didn't belong here or something like that, right?
You didn't belong here. You didn't fit in.
And Percy's like, bruh, like, you're my...
You're
like,
my favorite
my
teacher.
idol,
I
and you're
pulled
like
favorites for
crushing
you.
me. Like, I tried to study for you, and words were jumping off of pages, and
It felt like I
ants
was
were
doing
crawling
drugs.
inside my shirt, and he's doing drugs. Or maybe he needs to be on drugs. I don't know. But anyways, so that's it. They leave, and then Percy and Grover end up on the same bus on the way home.
Yeah, because like, and then Percy's just like, oh wait, no, that's before that. But then the bus breaks down like some way through the...
Percy's like, yo, Grover, like, I didn't know that you lived in New York. And Grover's like, oh, that's my summer home.
That's my
And
summer home.
Percy's like, wow, I didn't know you were rich like these other folks.
He doesn't go like, wow, like he's impressed. He goes, wow, like you were hiding this from me. That's why.
Yeah, like we're supposed to be best friends,
supposed to
and
be
I
best
didn't know you had a
friends.
summer home.
I didn't know you were rich like all the other kids. Because all the other kids, they may be delinquents, but in Percy's words, they're rich delinquents. So like
So is that like better if you're going to go to a delinquent school? Is it better to go with rich delinquents, you think?
I wouldn't know. I'm not a delinquent.
That's, thank God.
Yeah, all these are rich delinquents. They're like, I don't know how to explain it.
So
They're
basically, it's like either you go to this school or you go to jail. Do you want to go to juvenile? If you don't want to go to juvenile, then you go to this school.
I don't think Percy would go to jail. I just think that like
It's like there's no other alternative at this point. Either you go here,
basically,
or you
go here, or as we stated, or as like in the first chapter, Percy goes, I can stay with my mom and go to public school
and be with the normies. Just
Yep,
kidding, he didn't really say that. But anyway.
That's what she calls them.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, my kids go to public school too. I'm kidding, okay?
Yeah.
So anyway, don't be all like crazy. We go to public school. We
Yeah,
are normies.
Don't go crazy in the comments, please.
Yes, so anyway.
Can't handle it.
So, well, first, before the bus breaks down, Percy's like, yo, Grover, I thought you were my boy, right? Like, I thought me and you, I thought we were tight, right?
I thought you were my homie.
And I hear you talking behind my back with Mr. Brunner. Like, what up with that?
And then Grover's just like, dude, it's nothing, I swear.
And
love
Grover's
my
like,
Grover voice.
and Percy's like, bruh, quit playing. First, you didn't tell me you had a summer house. Now you're like trying to like backtrack whenever I'm asking you about why you were talking smack about me with Mr. Brenner. Like, what's going on, right?
Dude, I swear, it's nothing.
Then the bus breaks down.
Yeah. And they all have to get out of,
And
like,
mind you, they're in the middle of nowhere. Like,
basically.
nowhere. Nothing's around. Literally nothing. But you got three old ladies
like
set up
by a
shop.
By a fruit stand that I think is delicious.
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
Knitting socks.
Knitting socks that are like this
Gigantic.
this big.
Like for a giant.
And Percy goes, do you think I could fit into those? And then Grover's just like, dude, don't say that. Really, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
So then, Percy sees a lady cut.
There's three of them. Two are knitting, and one sitting in the middle, like with a basket of like electric blue yarn, and then she snips it.
Mm-hmm.
And Percy then starts feeling feverish.
And then Grover like panics, and he's like, "Yo, bruh,
Dude,
what did you see? What did you see?
What did she do? What did she do?" And then Percy's like, "Dude, she didn't do anything. I just saw her snip the yarn."
And Grover cannot get on the bus fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the bus starts back up again.
Mm-hmm.
So they make it to Manhattan. They make it to Manhattan. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then a while before, Percy had told Grover that he'd let him walk him home.
Yeah. Well, Grover kind of begged him. Hey, please let me walk you home.
Please let me walk you home.
And at this
point,
point,
do a Grover voice. Please let me walk you home.
All right, so yeah, okay, bestie. So then as soon as he gets off the bus, he
ditches him.
Jets. And yes.
He jets him faster than his black hair.
Mm-hmm.
Than his jet black hair.
Yes.
So that's where we are so far. Is Percy going to go home? Maybe. Yes.
Is he going to get snipped?
Is he going to get kidnapped? I don't know
By
why
three old ladies?
By 3 old willsolace, is he gonna get, like, stolen? Wink, wink. Wink, wink. That's not a spoiler or anything. He doesn't get stolen. Something else gets stolen. Wink, wink. I'm giving too many winks. Anyway, yeah, that's where we are right now. Percy's walking home. He's doing like his sad sack walk, probably.
Just trying to figure out what's going on.
Just trying to figure out what's going on. And Grover's over here just like, where's my dude? Where's my buddy? Where's my buddy? Where's my buddy? Yep, because he's never been to a city before, maybe. He's probably freaking out anyway, even if he has. So I hope Grover's happy in his summer home. And Percy's walking over to his, like, mom's apartment.
Yeah.
So that's where we are right now. Come back next week. We'll review the next 2 chapters. And I'm going to ask my mom what she thinks is going to happen in these next 2 chapters. And the next 2 chapters are called...
Grover unexpectedly loses his pants. That's chapter 3.
Chapter 3 is Grover unexpectedly loses his pants. And then, what do you think is going to happen in that chapter?
The one where he loses his pants? Oh, Lord, I don't know. We've already had mushrooms and, I don't know, words jumping off pages and ants crawling and 3 old ladies knitting and I don't know.
So what do you think is going to happen next chapter?
He's going to lose his... How does he lose his pants?
Well, what do you think... Well, based on, like, what's happened so far, what do you think is going to happen in the next chapter?
Well, Percy is on his way to go see his mother, so something's going to happen at home, I think.
Do you think something good's happened? Something good's going to happen?
Well, not if what's-his-name's going to lose his pants.
Grover?
Yeah. Unless somebody's buying him a new pair of pants and he's trying them on, that probably is the only reason why it would be good.
Okay, so the next thing is, next chapter, chapter 4, so that basically something bad's gonna happen and Grover's gonna lose his pants, and then next chapter, so chapter 4, my mother teaches me bullfighting. So what do you think's gonna happen in that chapter?
His mom is going to teach him to bullfight?
Yeah.
Is that hopefully for a good thing? I mean, are they going to Spain? Are they going to Spain for the summer, or do they do bullfighting in New York? What's going on? Why would there be a bull? And my mama needs to teach me to fight it.
Well, anyway, that was definitely an episode of reading Percy Jackson, My Cristian Mother. Hope you guys come back next. Remember, don't let your mom teach you bullfighting. Don't eat magic mushrooms.
I need to know.
Don't lose your pants. I should probably say that next week. Don't eat magic mushrooms, and don't, under any circumstances, let your 50-year-old teacher wear leather, even though it's kind of the summer.
Yeah, what's up with that? You don't wear leather in the summer.
Yeah.
Talk about putting on, how do you even pull up your pants if you're sweaty and leather and it's just, no, it's not a good combination.
Anyway, bye guys. See you next week.
Bye.